All right, so boom, welcome back to another Black Caliber podcast. I'm here with Myron Ragsdale, but I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Myron. Nice to meet you, founder of InfoVote.
Founder of InfoVote. All right, so let's start with a little bit with what is InfoVote?
Sure. So InfoVote is a free, nonpartisan civic information application. It was basically designed to increase voter awareness and to try to get as many people as possible involved in the elections process.
Okay. So what made you want to create something for that? Like what gave you that passion?
Well, honestly, I've always been passionate about, well, not always. It started back September 11th, 2021. That kind of changed my life. I was 17 and are you familiar with September 11th?
September 11th?
Yeah, that's when the attack on the World Trade Centers, but that kind of sparked my interest in civic engagement and politics in general. I wanted to know why it happened, how do we prevent it from happening again? What leaders were in power during that time? It just, intrigued me. So that's what kind of got me involved. What made me move forward with the application when I did, in 2020, there was a ton of riots and marches and looting surrounding civic engagement, surrounding police injustice and a number of issues. And so we wanted to, what we found was a lot of Gen Zs, a lot of millennials were attending those events, those protests. And so we wanted to create a tool to show those individuals exactly who's representing them at each stage of the government and what they could do to get real change. So that's why we moved forward when we did.
Okay. So September 11th, that's very specific. Everybody know that date.
Yeah. It changed my life.
It did. Okay. So where are you from?
I'm from originally from Detroit, Michigan, but I consider myself a Michigander. I grew up in Detroit, but I also lived in Oak Park, a lot of the surrounding areas, but originally from Detroit.
Yeah, what school did you go to?
Went to Oak Park High.
Oak Park High.
Went to high school there, and then I attended University of Phoenix for after high school.
Oh, okay. And what was your major?
Business administration.
Business administration? I was expecting, what is it?
What is that?
I was expecting the law or politics.
Nope.
All right.
Business is what initially piqued my interest as far as college goes.
Okay. So were you always interested? I know you said it really piqued your interest, but were you always an avid voter or always advocating for that?
Yes. I always knew that in order for us to get the change that a lot of us want, we have to get actively involved in the process. So, I've always took it serious. In 2020 is when I actually stepped out there to try to get other people to take it just as serious. And to do that, we just wanted.
Hey, hate to stop the recording. I'm just here to let you know to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Thanks.
We just wanted to create a tool to centralize everything, put everything you could think of from a civic perspective in one central location, and that's what we were trying to do with the application.
Okay. So, do you feel like your app or things you created has changed lives, or even gotten a judge, in office that wouldn't have been there, or?
I think so. Since we launched the application, we've generated a lot of interest, not only in the app, but surrounding civic engagement, at least in my area. And we got a significant amount of users that gravitated towards the platform. And, that's concerning themselves around these important issues. So I think we made a change. We still have a long way to go, for sure, but I think we're trending in the right direction.
So what brings you to this Rap Snacks conference specifically?
Yeah. So when before we launched the application, we connected with Wise Intelligence, the president of the Rap Snacks Foundation. And, there was a lot of synergy there between the two of us. We decided to come together and join forces back in 2021. We started a partnership, and our goal was to try to take InfoVote and spread it to the masses. So Wise connected with me last week and, decided to come out here to to support.
He gave you a week's notice?
Yeah, a week's notice.
Gave you a week's notice. So is InfoVote like your only obligation, or you have a job outside of this, or?
No, so I own a digital marketing company, Fourth and Main Media.
Fourth and Main Media.
Yep. And we specialize in website development, social media marketing, mobile app development. And through Fourth and Main Media is how InfoVote was born. So I kind of had the team there and the idea for the application. So we just started building it out internally. So to answer your question, Fourth and Main Media would be, you know,
Fourth and Main Media?
The company, and InfoVote is actually, an app under Fourth and Main Media.
That's dope. Y'all be getting busy up here.
Yeah, we're also working on another platform right now. I don't want to say too much, but it's a music streaming platform that I think is going to revolutionize the streaming game.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we get ready to launch that, I would love to come back on and talk to you more about that.
I'll be here.
For sure.
You got my number.
For sure.
And there was one other thing you were telling me about, the subscription service.
Yes, that's part of the music streaming / subscription service. So I'm gonna give you more details about that. I want you to bring me back on.
Of course. Right. And is there anything that you would just want to tell, or like a message that you would want to give out to anybody who may be watching this?
Sure. Yep. We have a heated election coming up. This might be the biggest election of our lifetime. And I just want to leave by saying that it's super important for everybody to get engaged in this upcoming election. If you're not registered to vote, please register. You can actually download the application and register through the app. You can also request an absentee ballot if you wanted to vote from home through the application. And you can also vet each candidate before you vote. So, we want people to, I encourage everybody to download the app, get actively involved, know who's representing you at the federal, state, and local level, especially the local level. And I think that's what I would leave with the people.
Yeah, so you gotta understand, local level, that's your judges, your...
Yep, judges, mayors, city officials.
Yes, those are people who, sending your people to jail or making the laws that you live by on the daily.
Absolutely.
If you get a speeding ticket, that's who you're gonna see.
Absolutely. Yep. So at the local level is, the people who control the infrastructure, the roads, jobs, the crime in the community, things like the policing in the community. All of that happens at the local level. So if you have an issue with police injustice or, racism amongst the police force, you could go directly to the mayor, you could go to the chief of police. If you go to the mayor, the mayor appoints the chief of police. The chief then oversees all the individual precincts in their city, right? So if you have an issue, we can address it at the local level and get change if we act on it, right? So local politics is almost, I wouldn't say almost, it's more important at the local and state level than even the federal level for us when it comes to getting change in our communities.
Yeah, because your president really don't do nothing.
Well,
That's the only time most people show up. Most people only come out for that presidential and not realizing that it starts so much smaller. You can elect who can be the next president.
Absolutely.
Now.
It's funny you say that because we do tend to turn up during the general election. The midterms is where we slack a little. In Detroit, over 200,000 people didn't show up for the midterm election. And so we're looking to change that. We're looking to change that next time around.
Right. The black vote matters.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
And with that, can I just get you to say, this is the Black Caliber Podcast?
Absolutely. This is the Black Caliber Podcast. Let me repeat that. This is the Black Caliber Podcast. I'm Myron Ragsdale. And thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let me... That's all. Yeah, that's it there.